What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the third album by American rock band Coheed and Cambria. Basically this product is called Good Apollo on Burning Star 4 Volume 1 From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness, and it came out in the late summer of 2005. Now, because the particular album title Fair is lengthier within the pitch, in addition to putting the album review and Coheed and Cambria in their pitches like that, similar to like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, some of those type folks, I'm probably going to refer to this album more or less as From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. It's just simpler and more, in terms of more memorable type snap. From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness, this has within the pitch. That's the fair behind. But I do recommend every song of this product. So easy 10 out of 10 with all 15 of these songs. Now, particularly, I knew at least of this particular album within some aspects. I remember the singles. The third single didn't really get radio airplay pitches like that. If it did, it was just not. Wikipedia says that it doesn't. Wikipedia says that the third single was not released to radio as far as it was supposed to happen, but the first two singles I do remember throughout MTV VH1 rotation pitches like that. Some good type fares here. It has some excellent type aspects within the tone behind it. Very similar within the aesthetic to Panic at the Disco. It's pretty much in combination. Pretty similar to like the fashion, how within more or less the type fashion behind it, when you think of like Green Day, a good fashion that's like a cousin that style, and like a good companion piece to it would be My Chemical Romance, the stuff that they were doing throughout the mid 2000s. So it's just good type pitch. When you think of like Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, you typically think of American Idiots and those type fairs. So I would definitely say From the Fear Through the Eyes of Madness definitely reminds me of the 2005 album by Panic at the Disco, Fever, You Can't Sweat Out, pitches like that. It's just an excellent 1-2 punch. You get these. Definitely within the product to like pretty aspected tough stuff. So this does have a storyline towards it. I'm not gonna. It's definitely some excellent ordeals the way they're able to comprise these and pitches like that within the product. But I'm gonna basically just talk within the album type fair, like the quality of it within the pitches. It definitely has some banging typeness. It's definitely being able to say within the product of it. So now this might more or less be one of their most breakout albums. I think their 2003 album as well was a particular good fair around this particular time within the aspects of the tones kind of happen within it. But they're a pretty good product of like emo and further alternative rock type fashions, progressive metal pitches like that throughout the mid 2000s songs type fairs. They have recently dropped a 2025 album pitches like that. It's kind of within the ordeals, but similar to like Panic at the Disco, some of those type folks, My Chemical Romance, some of those type folks, when you think usually about some of these particular kind of emo metal kind of bands in the pitch, it's more kind of 2003, 2005, 2007, 2008, some of those type fairs within pitch, 2009 within pitch. So it's just kind of fair as far as saying, but it's definitely an excellent type product here. Simple enough, 10 out of 10. Just the excellence of the aspect. Do appreciate all the single songs type fairs. So just the banging type one, just the aspect as far as getting towards it. It's actually pretty varietized within. It's actually pretty excellently varietized within the pitches to how these fairs can happen. It kind of has like some of that type aspect. It's kind of restaurant type scene, but it's also kind of the jostle. This has some good house party type moments on here. So if you appreciate like songs by like Fall Out Boy, like Dance Dance, those type ones that just have the particular product of like local kind of residential type turn up, this is very much a product of an album where there's going to be red cups nearby, which I definitely appreciate. The tone is full bound within those pitches. Plenty of type ones on here that do have that particular aspect, like some spices, or easily kind of goes. The temperature gets turned up pretty rapidly within the pitch as far as those aspects can happen. So it's definitely pretty vicious with the appeal of that. So that's particular fair about as far as these fairs can happen. So I look within the pitch. So yeah, there are three singles off this product. Like I was saying, the fair behind this album is the fact that really only two of them really charted. I'm not sure as to why 10 Speed of God's Blood and Burial did not chart on the radio as far as this fairs can happen. I think maybe within a relative commonplace, if you do have like some XM radio or satellite radio songs that pitches of folks that pick up like emo radio stations, those type of products where you're going to be hearing like Green Day and AFI and folks like that, and 3 Days Grace, folks like that within those aspects. A ton of those type folks within the particulars. My Chemical Romance, some of those type folks. Fall Out Boy within pitches like that. I think it would be pretty much within the commonplace of being able to hear 10 Speed of God's Blood and Burial. But the pitch as far as saying the first two singles were definitely some pretty good rocks. There are definitely some pretty notable rock chart staples as far as this first album. So Welcome Home's real nice when this has over 150 million plays on Spotify. But it's kind of the pitch. I definitely feel like this band needed a lot more kind of buzz about them than they particularly got. I feel like at least their 2003, 2005 album had some of those type products, but it's just kind of the fair. I think definitely definitely have to say within the aspect that they had further type hits. That's the appeal behind it. But Welcome Home's like a nice banging kind of evening romp to get with like Panic at the Disco kind of theater bite as far as what's first going to happen. Definitely some house party heat as far as these first going to happen. So just excellent type kickoff for like a banner type single from this album as far as these first going to happen. Very much the same sort of taste of songs like It's Sugar Like Sugar is Going Down by Fall Out Boy and Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy, Sonos Type 1's and the third single from the Fall Out Boy album from 2005, from Under the Cork Tree, Sonos Type pitches, even though the third single is more of a ladies type song or more mingle, house party mingle pitches like that. I feel like the aspects behind this particular fair, this is definitely like The Only Difference by Panic at the Disco and I Write Sins, like definitely like The Only Difference by Panic at the Disco and I Write Sins Not Tragedies as far as this fair is going to happen. Just excellent within the appeal. It says that particular product as far as those hits will kind of have. So it just rolls off. There's plenty of these on here, so don't think that only the two singles that have the radio promotion, which is kind of light for like the particular fair, what they probably should have done. There are further type bangers on here, so it's definitely excellent within those aspects. But the Sufferings, the follow-up second single, is another banging type 1. It's like a neighborhood clicking and snack run kind of passage, I say here within the aspect is Arby's runs pitches like that, some smoke goods, definitely pick up some of those type fairs, just some dusk frolic as far as those pitches kind of happen. So this one's just kind of within the fair, just not as much around the house that I'd say. It's just kind of aspect of just picking up some goodies, like going by a neighborhood spot, getting like some red cups, those type fairs, smoke goods, like I was saying, pitches like that, just kind of grabbing like a quick bout of Arby's, those type products, and Wendy's, those type pitches within it. Definitely, when I say neighborhood clicking, it's kind of the aspect of like a good date. It's kind of the fair, not the usual kind of dredge and frustrated middle fingers up, just like kind of within, despite the fact that this song is called The Suffering, it has pretty good jostle about it, just within the aspect of just being able to have like some good ambient kind of vibes, or just the aspect of like having a good, this affable type mood within the product, like some relative dust kind of cheer as far as this pitch can happen. Now, this is a more shrouded type album within pitch. It has the product of like emo type personalities, pitches like that, but this is kind of fair as far as saying that this is really not as much with this, I guess to say, Wikipedia says that this is a progressive rock and metal type album. It's just within the pitch as far as saying it just has a little bit more perked up typeness. It's emo, but it's kind of within the pitch that it's not terribly within the, I mean, it has like these dark songs on here, pitches like that, but it's not really so much in like a shrouded type mood where it's just like forlorn the whole time within pitches. It's just kind of strange the way these are dark sounding type songs within the pitch as far as not just being complete, forlorn and dismantled. In dismay, I'd have to say within product. So just the pitch for saying, but yeah, 10 Speed of God's Blood and Burials, the third single. This is one that didn't get airplay, but it's just within the pitch. It probably did somehow within those pitches, but I look after the tone, it's real nice. It's like a shrill and rock hustle kind of move out song, kind of get within the aspects of it here. Just a good taste, like some SFW kind of grit as far as this pitch is going to happen. Yeah, 10 Speed would be an excellent type song to pick up for some airplay as far as this pitch can have and get the red cups going, some of those type pitches. But also within the product, more or less like one of those type songs that Metallica kind of does, like Enter Sandman, some of those type fairs where it just kind of has that motivate to kind of get some things done within the pitch. It just like a productive kind of evening or late day type fair within the pitch as far as those pitches can happen. So this is an SFW type song more so than Welcome Home or The Suffering within those pitches. Suffering's kind of like an after things, kind of wind down. Suffering's like a good conduit type song for like some snack runs and just some overall neighborhood passage pitches like that, and Welcome Home's like the house party type banging type one, but I'd say 10 Speed is more like basically like a productive type one within the product of like a rock hustle song. So it's just kind of pitch as far as saying this candid kind of metal, candid kind of emo metal kind of makeshift passage as far as this fair is going to happen. So definitely within the pitch of this transit type music fairs like that. So good type fair, similar to like Metallica, some of those type folks, and probably I would also say like Megadeth, some of those type folks within the pitch behind it. It's more like the commerce of it. It's a good type fair. But yeah, recommend all 15 of the songs on here, minus like the Braun YR song that's like a product of like the Led Zeppelin aspect like the fair, but that's pretty much it, and we'll get to that as far as this fair's going to happen later on. But within the pitches, all these songs really hit pretty heavily. I do appreciate the Keeping the Blade intro within those fairs that doesn't have any vocals on there, but it's an excellent type one to get. It's like a dope, dramatic, and gothic intermission tune to kind of get within the aspects of it. This nice Dracula-like song has some nice Dracula-like frost about it as far as this fair is going to happen, along with that particular aspect. This real nice mintiness within the tone as far as this pitch is going to happen. This real the song has some nice Dracula-like frost about it as far as this pitch is going to happen. This nice ice-cold type tenor as far as this pitch is going to happen. Just a good aspect to like this kind of conduit type moment for just blowing up some green pitches like that. It's an overall good banger. Good particular fair, just the product of something. Now, I like the particular fair. I would have liked like some sort of band work instrumental that could have been like within these tones of that particular song, Keeping the Blade, but it's some good type aspects just to have for like something that like pure type product and maybe picking up a drink out of the fridge or just some extra type fair, just house party type noise, just to let it bleed as far as this fair's going to have. So good type fair. Once Upon Your Dead Body's a real nice one. This like a breezy kind of scene chick treat to kind of get within the aspects of it here. Just good single choice. This probably could have been within the aspect. I'm surprised that they didn't promote this album a lot further than those pitches. There's some excellent kind of house party mingle within those fairs. So definitely something that Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Sounds type folks would have done within the product of it. Just further type product within just getting like something that's kind of within the aspect of like red cup kind of noise and just typical kind of chatter and things like that. Some socialized within those fairs, but just kind of with more bellas and kind of scene chicks or just gothic kind of divas in mind pitches like that alternative. alt kind of starlets as far as this pitch kind of happens. So it's just good within the fair. It's complete baffling that this was not chosen as a single. This would have been a real nice one to kind of break through to the radio, especially in their prime. Wake Up is a quality one. It's like a satiny and plush kind of alt rock, kind of day retired, kind of get within the product of it. Just some front yard kind of easy going smoke and combo, I'd say, within pitches like that. Just a real nice please of a song kind of get. So yeah, just very pleasant, pleasing within those tones as far as those pitches kind of happen. Just a sedate type one, just in the product, just like some sunlight, just in the front yard pitches like that. Just appreciating maybe like a cold beer or something like that, or just the after effect of just like something that's just real kind of the pleasantness of this song is really apple within the pitch. It is something to listen to on like a real kind of orange sky or pink sky kind of sunset within the fair, like a Monday or Tuesday evening, something like that. Just something to real chillax type do in like a more kind of neighborhood type fashion outdoors. Some coziness about that song, and I'd say Always and Never's another one that's kind of like that, as well as like a dusky and sedate kind of smoke up several and like a post sesh kind of enjoy. I'd say about the fairs and my post sesh, I mean after like the day shift or like the work hours pitches like that's kind of complete. Just some front yard kind of dust sun as far as those pitches kind of happen with that. So yeah, Always and Never's just a good nice one to smoke in the orange skies pitches like that. Just some front yard kind of noise pitches like that. Mother May I's a nice one, as well as like a neighborhood kind of plucky dust sunshine to kind of get within the aspects of it. Just quick one to grab Subway, some of those type of aspects. Good, get a nice kind of Subway sandwich, some of those type fares. Just some good, excellent grub. Smoke decent, I'd say about this song. Just some simp kind of transits within the pitch behind it. So just neighborhood kind of strolls within a relative aspect. Not quite as sedate as Wake Up and Always and Never, but just within the pitch like a typical kind of jostle within the pitch. Just a little bit more frolic within the aspect. Just neighborhood surfing, some of those type aspects within the tone. So just good type product within the aspect of that. So another one that's like that is The Lying Lies and Dirty Secrets of Miss Erica Court. Some good type pitches here. It's like a good restaurant scene, some of those type fares, and Panic at the Disco taste as far as those pitches are going to happen. Yeah, so just a good nice tune for like a bite to eat at McAllister. Someone's type pitches, The Lying Lies and Dirty Secrets of Miss Erica Court. I'd say within those products, just easy kind of Wingstop type noise. Some of those type places within the products, sports bars. Some of those type places within a more emo and alternative metal kind of Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance type tinge as far as those pitch kind of. So excellent type fare. Apollo 1, The Writing Writers, a nice one, as well as like a smoky and evening fog kind of get within the aspects of it within the pitches. Like some day drifting, I would definitely say just get some late errands complete as far as those fares kind of happen. So there are some songs on this album that do have like the productiveness of being apt and kind of having the product of not being slack and kind of getting like the standard tasks done and being completionary as far as those pitch kind of happen. So just getting the day task taken care of and having the product of just having some good commotion about it within the product of doing it. So some good type there. 10 Speed does that. Apollo 1, The Writing Writer does that in the final cut. The Willing Well 4 does that within those pitches. So those are some good nice ones. So I've talked about all the albums that are not the Willing Well songs within those pitches. So I don't know if I'll talk about these in order, but it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying. I'm going to talk about the final cut first, the fourth Willing Well within pitch, because I remember that one. I'm going to get to some more of these, but just some pitch as far as saying. The final cut is like an early night shift kind of strut, I'd say, within aspects of it here. Just extra thought and tasks, I'd say, within the fair. Just pickups and later on kind of prime as far as those pitches kind of happen. So yeah, the final cut is just some night shift hours pitches like that. It's kind of more snack run and extra thought type fair, just getting some tasks done, picking up like getting some late minute bills paid within some of those type pitches within the product to something for more of probably like past like 6:37 p.m. pitches like that, but just kind of in the fair being like a night owl pitches like that. Some of those type fairs just getting some tasks and pickups kind of taken care of just within. Also pretty good nice one for like the product that likes some fair as far as getting. It's a little bit cozier one compared to like the other Willing Well type songs on here, particularly Fuel for the Feeding End and the Telling Truth. Some of those type ones was just definitely within pitch, and I'd probably even say From the Fear Through the Eyes of Madness is kind of like that as well. So it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying this is probably just like a prime for like a song for like a later day. Some of those type tunes where you get to songs like Welcome Home and 10 Speed and songs like Crossing the Frame. Some of those type ones in the pitch as far as what's going to happen. And actually, I don't know if I talked about Crossing the Frame. I'm not sure if I talked about this song. Go ahead and talk about this one as well. Crossing the Frame is like a nice revved kind of buzz song to get within the aspects here. Just a good combo with Welcome Home and the Suffering, like I might have possibly said within some of these type pitches, but this is like good for some local goods. Some of these type fares, just the product of say a good combination type song kind of get within the aspects as far as some of these house party type ones kind of go within the products. Is just further type ones, easy kind of noise with the singles. I would definitely say within the jostle of it, just house party type product. Of just having like some kickoff, some red cup type noise where it is going to be some illicit type stuff like getting hella Bacardi and some of those type ones, Jack Daniels, some of those type pitches like some tear ups. So just the product of that same sort of aspect, but pretty much like a good buzz single choice. This album has tons of songs that could have been singles on here, so it's excellent type pitch. This just real dynamite type fare. Then to say about the Led Zeppelin kind of extra bit that was at the end of the final cut, I don't know. I just really felt like that was kind of just like a very abrasive and just not very matching. I realized that Led Zeppelin was around in like the 60s, which is pretty much 60 approximate years ago, pitched like that. So it's just kind of fair saying the initial kind of formation of metal stones that products has more breathing room within those contexts, but it just didn't really catch its full bound within my opinion as far as this first game. But it is excellent. It does have a spare, but that's pretty much the only thing I don't recommend about that. But it's really, I wouldn't even count that as a song, because it's just an attachment to like the final cut within those fares, but it's just kind of the pitch. Now, these other three William Wells songs are excellent as well. So Feel for the Feeding Ends, like a nice revved up kind of turn up banger kind of get here. This goes along with 10 speed. I definitely say it's like this particular song goes along with 10 speed and Welcome Home. Some of those type pitches, and it knocks pretty well. So yeah, Feel for the Feeding Ends, just further house party type noise to the pitch as far as those products can happen. William Well 2 from the Fear Through the Eyes of Madness, and another nice one within these products as well. Now keep in mind, all of the William Well songs are over 7 minutes within these pitches, but they do nail the vibes as far as these pitches can happen. There's some further type products that extra heat, so from Fear Through the Eyes of Madness is like a good day scene strip mall kind of passage. From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness, like a good day scene kind of strip mall passage, I'd say, within the aspects of it here. Just an emo kind of gallivant bop as far as this pitch can happen. So just a little bit more, it's like shopping mall, kind of some shopping aspects within tone, just picking up some possible products, like maybe getting like a shirt or two for like a bell or something like that within those extra type fares, just from the pitch as far as the products of it kind of having like the day scene. So just amidst the product like some gallivants, it's kind of extra, not so much flamboyant, but just kind of aspect of like some good illustrious kind of not so much full bound flamboyant, but just kind of within the pitch, like some illustrious kind of day scene step out as far as those pitches can happen. Just miss the fair like candidness within those aspects. And then the telling truth is a nice one. This is a real favorable type one. This is probably my favorite, one of my more favorable type ones of the William Wells songs as far as this pitch can happen. It's like a ruffled and spicy kind of socialized primer, I'd say, within the aspects of it here. Goes well with Welcome Home, so those type pitches. This is a red hot type one. Now these particular William Wells songs would have been a lot more ferocious had they been shortened by possibly like a minute and a half. Stones type fares. I mean, they're excellent type fares, but they are all over 7 minutes within those pitches. So it's kind of fair. They are dynamite type songs within the aspect, and a lot of these are pretty turn up type centric within the pitch behind it. But it's just kind of fair that it's just that they're not as single compacted within the format as far as those tones go. So this is lengthier listen, but it's excellent type fare. So within the fare of this album, give it a 10 out of 10. The social score, I'm going to go ahead and give it 10 out of 10 as well. So the pitch behind this album is just the fact that it has plenty of house party type numbers on here within those pitches. Plenty of red cup type music. I do like these pull aside type songs, some of these type pitches. There's some front yard type noise for like the product. I like some simping within the after effects, like some orange skies. It's kind of a more kind of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday type territory, just more romantic kind of just emo metal kind of spices within pitches like that within those songs, which is some excellent type product just for more kind of cozy type vibes. But the turn up type moments are pretty excellent on here as well within these pitches. There's some good neighborhood struts, snack runs type products within pitches like that. The dance songs are on here within some of those type fares. Definitely songs like Welcome Home and Crossing the Frame, some of those type ones, and the Telling Truth, some of those type aspects really have the blisteriness on here. And I do, like I was saying, I do appreciate the pull aside songs pretty heavily, like the Once Upon Your Dead Body and Mother May I, some of those type ones. So plenty of good aspects on here. It also has a good sense of productiveness, like I was saying, some makeshift type songs for like some rock hustle kind of senses. It just has the fair of getting to the grit and being about the muscle, the grit of the day as far as it's supposed to have. So it does have those products within certain senses as well. So it's a good fare. So 10 out of 10 social. In terms of the future, like Coheed and Cambria has dropped a 2025 album. So Claudio Sanchez and the folks are taking care of it as far as this pitch can happen. So it's excellent type ordeals. Now, like I said, similar to Panic at the Disco in later years, some of these type folks, it seems like their highlight years would be more or less like the mid-2000s, early mid-2000s pitches like that was within ordeal. This is some banging typeness, definite classic blister, and has plenty of variety. The excellence on here is just a pretty shrill type product that has a lot of good ferociousness and excellent kind of house party spice as far as what's supposed to happen. This is an emo classic out of the 2000s, I would definitely say.